Good evening. This is a brief reading for my presentation on applied linguistics corresponding to activity 1.3 of the course. Without further ado, let's begin. Introduction. Is this activity a documentary research project was conducted on the characteristics of applied linguistics? Primarily based on the text by adult device and supplement with information or research methods. And from this review, the information was organized to explain what applied linguistics in the most important features, how it relates to real-world language problems, and we can also be considered a research method of approach. Finally, the content was structured into a presentation format with simple examples to facilitate and understand. Expect result a clear visions of the discipline and the most useful methods for investigation. Applied linguistics, characteristics and connection to research methods. Applied linguistics is an interdisciplinary field that focuses on solving real-world problems related to language in various contexts. It goes beyond language teaching, covering areas such as translations, linguistics, assessment, intercultural communication, and language policy. This discipline allows for the practical and applied analysis of language in everyday situations, providing well-grounded solutions. But what is applied linguistics? Applied linguistics studies concrete problems related to language in real-world contexts. Although it is often associated with language teaching, it also addresses translation language policy and discourse analysis. Its practical focus seeks to solve specific uses like improving reading comprehension or instant interaction between people from different language backgrounds. Applied linguists focus on solving real-world problems related to language use, including language teaching, translation, evaluation, and communication in various contexts. It is interdisciplinary, drawing from education, psychology, sociology, and more, and integrates theory and practice to address practical uses effectively. For example, if a hospital faces communication problems due to the linguistic diversity of independent applied linguistics can help design clear materials or protocols to avoid misunderstandings and improve care. This example shows how applying linguistics is also to solve communication problems in real-world situations, including in the practical applicability. Applying linguistics as a research method. Applying linguistics serves as a research method by addressing real-world language problems. It involves identifying uses, formulating questions, selecting appropriate methods, gathering data, and analyzing results to propose solutions. This approach integrates theory and practice to create and from everyday language use. This text explains how applying linguistics is used research method to solve linguistic problems in real-world contexts. Different research methods in applying linguistics include qualitative, quantitative, and mixed methods. And qualitative methods explore meaning and experience through interviews and observations. Quantitative methods focus on measuring variables with surveys and experiments. Mixed methods combine both to offer a broader understanding of language-related uses. is the quality method interviews and conduct with students to understand their experience learning a second language. In the quantitative method, a test is administration to a group of students to measure their reading comprehension level before and after using a new strategy. And finally, in the mixing method, surveys are combined with interviews to analyze how students respond to a net pedagogical approach. Simple application examples. This case show how applied linguistics turns an everyday job into a research questions. It takes real-life uses like language difficulties in classrooms, confusion in translations, or problems in communication and transforms them into concrete research topics to explore and solve. Language learning, what activities help students overcome their fear of speaking in English. Applied linguistic studies this to improve language strategy. Assignment, does a text really measure reading comprehension or just memorization? The discipline investigates validity and criteria in language assessment. And translation and communication, why do translate instructions confuse users? The focus is understand the text, the audience, and the communicate intent. And into institutions and society, applying linguists also analysis interviews in medical, police, or workplace settings where language affects decisions and rights. This text summarizes how applying linguistics turns everyday doubts into research questions. Applying linguistics not only studies language in its theoretical form, but also focus on the real-world problems that affect people. It is a dynamic and flexible discipline journey with practice and theories on qualitative, quantitative, and mixed methods. To obtain effective solutions, it is fundamental both for education and for improving communication in various areas of daily life. That concludes my presentations, and thank you very much for your attention and have a good night.